Refreshing to see the BBC coming clean by admitting they have a specialist reporter spreading disinformation. As a target of our system's deeper state targeting programme, utilising various technologies and sickos to spy, harass and stalk me, I have more than good reason to be suspicious of all things surrounding COVID-19. Unlike a growing number of people with some worrying theories on this virus and any moves towards certain agendas, as well as the content of any vaccine for COVID-19, I will not jump into the far reaches of this particular rabbit hole just yet, and will wait to see how things pan out. What is telling with this BBC reporter is what she doesn't say. I didn't hear anything about New Zealand quarantine camps, for instance, that people are going to be locked away for a minimum of 2 weeks if they don't agree to have a COVID-19 test, and being forcibly locked away for at least another 14 days against their will should they still protest at being tested. I don't know what happens after 28 days should the prisoner of conscience decide to again not submit again to any test. If any vaccine specialist or specialists would like to counter the explanations from Dr. Vernon Coleman and Carrie Madesh, who both say very troubling things regarding any vaccine for COVID-19, or better still, have a rational debate with them, then do get in touch with either at your earliest convenience, please, to allay the fears of that large and growing number of people fearing the worst.
Long had a problem with low vaccination rates, in part due to more people in the capital being taken in by anti-vax conspiracy theories. Well, now misinformation is being directed towards the idea of a potential coronavirus vaccine, with groups on social media spreading false warnings as we continue to deal with the pandemic. Well, here to explain what's been happening is the BBC's disinformation reporter, Marianna Spring. Thanks for coming in. Who are these groups online? What are they saying?
I've been investigating coronavirus vaccine conspiracies on Facebook, on Instagram, which are on the rise, and that's a real worry for public health experts. These conspiracy theories are often shared in large Facebook groups that are from countries all over the world, but actually what we're noticing is they're beginning to spill into local and parent Facebook groups here in London. Over the past few days, we've seen a number of posters being circulated, and those posters promote protests about vaccine conspiracies, that promote vaccine conspiracy theories and other coronavirus conspiracy theories, and those protests are planned for the capital. That's a real worry. There are also vaccine conspiracy theories that suggest they are a method for microchipping people, or in fact for even causing harm, looking to kill people, and those often link back to Bill Gates, the co-founder of Microsoft, who has been an advocate for vaccinations. All of those conspiracy theories are unfounded. There's absolutely no evidence to support them. Another thing people worry about are mandatory vaccinations, the suggestion that people will have to have a vaccine. And we've seen memes on local Facebook groups in London suggesting that people will, giving people ways of avoiding being vaccinated, and that's a real concern.
So what happens when people are taken in?
So what we're noticing is an increasing number of people who weren't otherwise anti-vaxxers or weren't otherwise conspiracy theorists being worried about this stuff. It plants seeds of doubt in their minds, and they think, oh no, maybe I wouldn't want to have a vaccine. The issue is this undermines legitimate concerns about vaccinations. We all want a vaccine to be safe and approved. Today I spoke to the Deputy Chief Medical Officer who said to me, Jonathan Van Tam, and he said to me that it's really important that people turn to trusted and reliable places for information about vaccines, and that they are reassured that a vaccination will be properly tested before it's available to the public. Because the real risk is, if enough people decide that they're worried about a vaccination, it puts all of us at risk. And that would be a very sad thing if this is a resolution to the pandemic.
The last thing we need is another public health scare. Marianna Spring, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you.